Hello, Cancer. Welcome to She-ruhz Tarot. Today's reads your monthly read for April to see what your month has to bring for you. We're going to break down each week to kind of summarize each week as you proceed through the month. And we'll see what each week has to bring for you. This is a general read and it is spirit-led, so please keep all of that in mind. If it's in regards to an individual that you're interacting with, please also keep in mind that the message may end up being flip-flopped. It can be a message directed to you about the other person. It can be a message from the other person directed to you, their intent towards you, your intent towards them. It's completely up to you to pay close attention and apply where it's appropriate. I do ask that you don't try to force any of this message to fit your situation. This is a foreseeable read to give you a heads up of what each week is to bring for you. So please keep all of that in mind, and I do encourage for you to, hit favorites or take notes, write it in your journal of each week to see how each week flows, and if this is truly your read as each week proceeds. By the end of the second week, you should definitely recognize whether or not it is or is not your message. So, if you don't feel comfortable with this message, I do definitely encourage you to go observe your other natal chart zodiacs. If you feel led to, you feel guided or drawn towards more than one message, then Spirit may have more than one message for you. So be not afraid to observe those. With all that being said, I would like to ask Spirit to come forward and assist Cancer in opening their eyes to see, ears to hear, heart to feel, and intuition to discern the message coming through. Again, this is your monthly read for April 2022, and we're going to break down each week to see how it goes and to summarize each week for you. So let's begin. This is going to be week 1, 2, 3, and 4 for you. So I've already pre-shuffled the cards. Now we're going to just ask for Spirit to assist us in providing each message that we have. And again, I encourage you to be reminded that this is a general message that's Spirit-led. General message goes to all those that have Cancer anywhere in their chart, not just only suns, but for anybody that has Cancer anywhere in their chart. And it is always up to you whether or not you wish to take in the message or to disregard it. So here we go. All right, so week 1 for Cancer, April 2022, please. General message for Cancer, week 1, April 2022 for Cancer, please. What is in store for Cancer, week 1, April 2022, please. Wow, goodness. Do we have any messages for Cancer, please? General message for Cancer. Oh, there we go. Took a little while for it to get there. Okay. Week 2, please, for Cancer. What is in store for Cancer, April 2022? Thank you. Week 3 for Cancer, please. What is in store for Cancer, April 2022? Week 3 for Cancer, please. What is in store for Cancer, April 2022? Might take some time to think about it, I guess. There we are. A couple of them. And week 4. Wow. Okay, well, that one's kind of undetermined how it fell upside down. Overall energy, we have the Queen of Wands. Being very determined and confident in our decisions as we move forward, and not really given thought to any repercussions or concerns that may occur, but we are in all our power, strength, and passion. This may be you, or it may be just if it's another individual, you can be receiving that message as well. But the overall energy is taking on your own power, being strong, confident, and uh, fully driven. That's what I'm trying to figure out the word for it. I'm being shown somebody charging in, you know. So full confidence. All right. So for the first week of April, we have the Seven of Cauldrons, which is, of course, the Seven of Cups, and that is there are some options that are being presented to you for you to make a choice about. And as always, when we receive the Seven of Cups or the Seven of Cauldrons, there is definitely an encouragement for you to be very cautious in your choices because not everything is as it appears. Uh, and sometimes that cup may look really good and it's full of snakes. So um, the encouragement is to do your homework before you make a solid decision, but a decision does need to be made nonetheless. The second week, we have the Ten of Wands coming out of being in reverse. So since it's so close to being in reverse, we're going to say it's um, coming out of being in reverse, which is, whenever Ten of Wands is in reverse, it actually, in truth, is you taking the focal burden upon yourself. So other people's problems are like you internalize them, and I guess I caused it. It's my fault. I made that happen, and that's where you're sitting here for the second week. For the third week, we have the Page of Cauldrons, which is the Page of Cups, and then we have the Ace of Cauldrons, which is the Ace of Cups. And so with that, that message is saying that you're being very careful, very cautious about opening your heart up, trying to, allow your intuition to guide you into a new love or to making yourself happy, to fulfilling your own needs and fulfilling your own cup so it can overfill, whether it be a new love or reconciliation or just making yourself happy. So for the fourth week, we have the Four of Wands. And again, remember, it was upside down. So it wasn't a full-fledged decision. It's kind of in consideration here, which is stability, family, home, hearth. Um, I'm hearing companionship. We have those two right there that are walking in, but it's also unity and, for some people it's marriage. Solidarity is what I'm hearing also. Okay, at the bottom of the deck we have the equilibrium. And that is finding balance, peace. Okay, so let's see if we can do a little bit more delving here for you, okay? Behind that we have the Six of Cauldrons, which is the Six of Cups. So it can very well be somebody from the past. It can be your child. Just looking back at the past, trying to find peace and balance in regards to that, so you can then find your happiness. Ten of Cups, Ten of Cauldrons is behind that. So for some of you, it's finding peace and balance in regards to somebody from the past. You can have happiness, or looking at the past so that you can kind of find peace and find happiness in that route. So let's do some clarification, do a little more information here in regards to the Queen of Wands, please. Please clarify the Queen of Wands for Cancer overall energy. Taking on the energy of making decisions and, to heck with the consequences. But that second week, you're definitely, and it fell as the Five of Swords, kind of coming out of reverse. So, you know, heading towards getting a little, it's still in reverse, though. Again, still in reverse. You know, you throw your hands up in the air and you're done fighting. Trying to avoid any kind of conflict, and definitely not, you know, definitely doing your best to avoid any kind of conflicts or disagreements, any harsh words being thrown around. You're just trying to avoid that. So this may very well be you, or it may be the other person. Apply where appropriate. If it's in regards to another individual here, obviously. But you just don't want to fight anymore. This individual, the Queen of Wands, this very strong, confident, powerful individual, just really doesn't want to fight anymore. Just, can we just not fight and I just move on? You know, right? There was a Tower in regards to an exciting new beginning, and so the Seven of Cups came up. An option, may have been feeling like we were an option in regards to our Ten of Cups, the person that we saw as our Ten of Cups, our happily ever after, and we couldn't figure out which way to go. So we kind of put on airs to look like we're being strong and we're being confident. Working on fulfilling our own wishes, opening up, and giving all of our love, but still, you know, confusion is completely there in regards to any truth that's there, so you can have possibly a new beginning, and that's where the Ten of Wands comes in. You know, feeling pretty overwhelmed while you're waiting for things to, you know, come to fruition and have, you know, things work out in your favor. So let's go to the Seven of Cauldrons, please. Please clarify these Seven of Cauldrons for Cancer, the first week of April 2022, please. Thank you. King of Swords, Knight of Swords. So, detaching our emotions. You know, we're trying to separate our emotions from the situation, be logical about this option that's being presented to us. So we can then move swiftly towards making that decision and severing anything that doesn't actually fit. So you're definitely trying to be logical in regards to these questions, but or the decisions that you need to make in regards to the options that are presented to you. And sometimes logic is not always the best way to handle any kind of a cup situation. That old saying, fight fire with fire, fight cup with cup. If you remove the cup from needing to make a choice, but that's also true applying the King of Swords with. If you can meld the King of Swords with the cup department, then you can emotionally make a decision and be logical about that. So, yeah, wanting to be able to make that decision and move towards it and, you know, sever things that do not fit, that aren't best. So let's go to the Ten of Wands, please. Oh, okay. Second week, we have the Five of Wands. So there's a little bit of conflict and trying to figure out how to work through it, right? Because we're taking on other people's burdens that aren't our own. And so you're trying to figure out how to get through that in the second week. So basically what you're going to do is take some time out. You're going to, you know, take some control in regards to this decision you need to be making, and take some time out so you can, you know, review the past so you can figure out how to make things work fairly. So please clarify the Page of Cauldron and Ace of Cauldron. for Cancer. Please clarify the Page of Cauldron and Ace of Cauldron for Cancer. Third week of April 2022, please. So to review, you're trying to be very careful about a decision you need to make. All right. For the first week. The second week, pretty conflicted. Feeling a little overwhelmed in the second week. The third week, you got, something that you're trying to create that's new and nurture it and bring it forward. And, it's pretty exciting. It's an exciting new beginning with possible love up in there. But again, you need to take some time, get your head on straight, think it through clearly before you actually jump into something. Okay? Two of Wands, to make a decision to move forward and bring forth change. Taking a chance to something that you don't know about. So the Knight of Cups, it can very well be you, water element, is, working on taking a chance on something that they're not sure of. And that's where you need to take some time out and think it through. Okay? So please clarify the Four of Wands for the fourth week of April 2022, please. Oh. Temperance. Six of Cups in reverse. And these are on their side heading towards being in the reverse. So your stability, this support, you're trying to find some balance there, trying to heal, trying to find some harmony in regards to that. That Six of Cups in reverse, definitely clinging to something that may or may not actually be there anymore. And so heading with the Wheel and the Star heading towards being in the reverse, these very well may be coming out of your reach. So the decision may very well be getting made for you while you're taking time to try to get your mind straight. Yeah, a decision is going to definitely be made by King of Cups. That's you. To find balance between two parties, whether it's your job and a partner, kids and your job, whatever, family, those two entities that you're trying to find balance between, so you can then move towards a new path and have things work out that way. So that is the summary for you of April 2022. And we'll do a quick review again, once again, for the first week. There's going to be a decision that needs to be made. You're going to try to be very logical about it, but you definitely want to move towards it so you can cut away everything that doesn't fit, right? So there's going to be multiple options going to be presented to you, and you may feel a little overwhelmed by it, and so you're trying to step back and pull your emotions back so you can then make a decision. And for the second week, I don't know if the decision isn't a good one, and you kind of take the burdens upon yourself that this decision wasn't a good one. But there's a little bit of conflict in regards to that, and so you're trying to figure out how to work through it, how to make it work. And then of course for the third week, like I said, you're evaluating whether or not you can open up to a new love and create something new and exciting. So you're am I open to this? Am I able to do this? And so you're in a Four of Swords. You're going to, take some time out and think it through. And then for the fourth week, the decision may very well already be made in regards to that. But it's not a complete deciding factor because they're not in the reverse yet. They can very well go in reverse, and you can be hanging on to that, and for things to turn and and to your benefit. But again, it all depends on what your insight brings, because that decision will be made, and balance will need to be found, between those two entities, so you can then move forward on a new path and have victory. Are you, maybe it's an air element you have. This is Aquarius technically, but the Queen of Swords, your match here, King of Swords, can be also be referring to you analyzing a situation, trying to be very logical and analytical, not so much emotionally detached, but has no compunction about severing ties from things that don't fit, right? Is evaluating whether or not it is worth investing in. So this could be the other party. Again, apply where appropriate. Okay. All right, guys. So that is your April 2022 weekly read. 1, 2, 3, 4. I encourage you to come back and review and see how it fits for you. Next week we'll do what is headed towards you and see what Spirit has to bring for you, and as far as messages go in regards to that. So until then, let's have a look first before I close out about the energies that are in here that you may very well be tangling with. And of course, also it can also be just the energies that are within your bubble, but it may very well be their energy, or you may have this in your chart. We have Libra and Taurus down. We have Aquarius, like I said, also Sagittarius. And that's it. So those are your major arcanas as far as the read goes. All right, guys. Until next week, may all your choices and decisions be very blessed.